I was 18 years old back when I was bulletproof and knew everything. Just driving home from work one night and pouring down rain. I had a '66 Mustang that I just finished restoring, my first one, and driving too fast in the rain. Went to merge off of a 4-lane highway onto a 2-lane and wound up hydroplaning. I think they said collision rate was about 120 mile an hour. So basically I did a 180, about 60 mile an hour backwards into a guy that was doing 60 mile an hour coming the other way, and we met in the middle. There's two things that you might see me cringe or whatever. If somebody says that I inspire them, and then somebody says, you know, oh, you're so brave, whatever. You know, brave is when you get a choice. You know, you can turn and fight, or you can turn and run. You know, I don't have a choice. I've got to fight every day. A lot of people, when they find out I had a car accident and the fact that I'm paralyzed as a result of it, they're like, oh man, that sucks, you know, it must be hard. And I don't know, times are different or times are tough. And it might seem weird, but I look back at it as a good thing that happened. And then when somebody says, okay, here's your life, we've got it in this hand that you might try to do something with, or we've got it in this hand that we can just throw it away. It really changes your thought processes. And it makes you think, okay, I've got to make the most of what I have. Because, not to be cliche, but we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Ever since my accident, I don't know why, but I'd always wanted to try a canoe. And for some reason, I just never did. I had my wreck when I was 18. I just turned 47, so it's been, you know, roughly 30 years. And I never got into it. I don't know why. One day we went for a walk at this park, and we're just going around, and I see this guy coming in by the water, obviously, in a kayak, and he's fishing. And it was an old Field and Stream Talon, I think. And I looked at it, I'm like, well, shoot, I could do that. This is my little honey hole. This is Sandy Chapel. This is where it all started for me. About almost 3 years ago, I reckon. My very first experience in a kayak started right here, launching just like we're going to today. No fancy trailers, no fancy equipment. I didn't even know if I was gonna like it. We figured we'd come down here, my wife and I, with our new to me, Ascend FS12 sit-in. And I'm like, man, I don't even know if I could try this, you know, if I'm gonna fall out of the water. I was nervous as crap when I came out here. So we figured we'd give it about a half hour to an hour, just a little test paddle, see how we could do. And I think we fished for almost 9 hours that day. All right, so that sticker that says Grandeur, my father was a marine mechanic and he raced boats for a living. And then I think when I came along, somebody said he was gonna have to settle down and maybe be a little bit more responsible. So that's when he went into business for himself. And his marine repair business was Grandeur Marine. And any of the boats that he built, whether it be starting off laying the hull all the way up or reconditioning one, he would put this little Euro oval on the back of it, and that was his moniker or the business name, so it was Grandeur Marine. My dad goes fishing with me every time I go fishing. And that was one of the biggest things that we love to do, whether it be in the Keys or on the lake or what have you, fishing, skiing, etc. So all of my boats will always have that sticker on it. To most people, you know, when they think of the word freedom, they think of patriotism, what this country was founded on, and the liberties that we enjoy because of some brave men and women. And while I share all those same sentiments, freedom has a new perspective to me. When you have a spinal cord injury, your world changes, the way that you move changes, anything and everything that you do, it's affected one way or another. And it might not be real visible by some, it might not be perceived because it just blends in with everything, but it's a pretty big difference. It's very noticeable for the person in the chair, if you will. You know, if we're gonna walk down to the boat ramp and check it out and see whether or not the fish are biting, somebody walking with me might step over a limb that's in the road and not even think twice about it. But for me, I've got to make a conscious effort to either go over it or around it. Once I'm in the water, all of that goes away. I don't have any more barriers. I have the freedom to move around. I have the freedom to go where I want to, and the freedom to do what I want to. Once I'm on the water and I'm sitting in that kayak next to somebody else, and we're waiting for a tournament to start, or it's just going to be a friendly fishing day, you know, we're on even keels. I can go wherever they go. I can fish wherever they want to fish. I don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to be accessible, whether or not there's going to be a ramp, is there a flight of stairs there. Having the freedom to go wherever I want to and to do whatever I want to move the way I want to, and not have to think about it is great. Once I come back onto dry land, all of that changes, and the only thing I can think about is getting back on the water.